How's it going, guys? My name is Sean.
Nope. Not gonna work. Just stare into the camera. Alright, that's a good intro. I like that one. Alright guys, welcome back. This time, we're actually working again on the Celica drift build. Today we're going to be waxing the backside of Celica today. We're actually going to be stripping her down to her bare metal, I mean. Alright, still doesn't sound any better. We're going to be stripping her down, all the way down to the bare metal. We're going to be throwing some primer on there. The ultimate goal with this car is to actually have the whole thing kind of a primer gloss gray, and then we're actually going to be doing a vinyl wrap on the entire car for the final production of the car's color. So for now, we're just kind of getting some primer on there. It is going to be sitting outside for a little bit, so while it's down to bare metal, I want to make sure I get some primer on there, that way it doesn't rust out any more than the other rust spots that we already have to take care of. Today though, we've got Sean Mayhew helping us out, kind of getting everything ready, helping us strip down all the paint, because that's always a very tedious job and takes quite a bit of time.
Yep.
Sean has had a lot of experience. I'll let him take it from here. Can I tell you guys about it?
You know, I like to do a little bit of sanding. You know, the rear end is not my specialty, I will say that. That's more for John. But the front end is already primed for the most part, so we'll go ahead and sand it down, go ahead and strip it down to the bare metal, protect it from the elements with the primer, and then we'll give wrapping a try. All right, guys, let's do it.
When the lights go down, you just rather watch me fall from a quarter mile. I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it off, you'll see who had it all. You had it
So here's where we're currently at with the car. I got this whole quarter panel completely sanded down. There were some holes here that I had welded up, sanded back down. That way they're really flush, or as flush as I'm going to be able to get to follow the body of the car. The only rust spot I found was down here so far. It's not too terribly bad. They do actually sell replacement pieces of that, so I do plan on buying that later on. I'm going to paint it for now, just to go ahead and get it taken care of. But for the most part, there really wasn't any rust on this whole entire quarter panel besides what I just showed you. So we're getting ready. We're going to lay down some coats of primer. It's going to match the rest of what I've gotten done already on this side of the car. So we're currently getting everything kind of ready. I got some tape here. We're getting some newspaper. We're going to tape it all up right here, tape the window up, and then we'll start spraying down. We're doing this outside, that way I didn't have to sit there and make my garage all prepared for all the paint that's going to be all over the place. It's not too bad of a day outside today, so we're going to go ahead and paint. Alright guys, another quick update. Went ahead and got most of this quarter panel done. Now, one thing to note is on this side of the car, I do have the front fender done, but not the door. That still needs to be completely done. The front fender's pretty much done. That one was really beat up to begin with, so I didn't put too much time into that. I started sanding a whole lot over here. On this side, what you'll probably notice is that I'm still leaving a lot of the base primer and stuff that's already there, because the whole majority of the quarter panel isn't rusted out. And the whole reason I went all the way down to bare metal on the other side, I just want to make sure there was no major rust spots. The one thing I did find here, though, I actually hit quite a bit of Bondo right here. Of course, that's nothing that nobody wants to see, but it happens with older cars like this. I opened the door and I realized that that metal was actually hit at some point. It was pushed in right here. So I'm going to leave that Bondo there, actually just go ahead and let it keep it flat. I'm not too terribly worried about that, but I made sure that on this side there's still quite a bit of the primer and everything left. So I went ahead, just laid down a quick coat. It's actually still wet. I'm going to let it dry out, because one of the things I noticed was on this side, I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera, but you can still see a little bit of the paint underneath that I had left. I think it's because I didn't sand it down enough and there was still too thick of a layer of paint. So I tried to make sure to sand it down to where it was really, really smooth. And then I went ahead and just threw this quick coat on here. I'm going to let it dry and then see if I can see that layer of paint or primer or anything underneath it before I do the rest of the panel. That way I can just make sure I'm right. If I'm wrong, just take it all back down to metal real quick. There's really not a whole lot of spots left. But this is just a few more hours of work. Just need to put in a few more hours of work into the door, get all of that painted. Gotta go pick up more paint because I ran out of paint. And then after that, should be done at least with the majority of the body of the car. I'll go ahead and give you guys another update once I'm done painting and sanding the rest of this panel and this door.
You can't fall asleep when you're counting stars. Got it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. Now you wanna see me fall. From a quarter mile, I can see you at the call. Think about it, ring won't tell you what I saw. When you break it up, you'll see who had it all. You had it all.
Alrighty guys, here is the body completely done. You'll be able to see, obviously, it's going to have some spray paint marks on there, as you would get normally with spray paint. Later on, we're going to come back and I'm going to redo all of this, and the hood, that's going to be not rushed as much just because these aren't rusting at all, really. So we're not really too worried about these. You know, we initially did this just to uncover what rust was under these bodies, and luckily I found exactly what I needed. This is actually a few weeks after we completely finished this. As I was editing up the video, I realized I never did a proper outro for this video, so here's the outro. Here's just a quick sneak peek of what's to come in the next video. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm really happy with how the body came out. We did ultimately go back and finish this taillight section. I took the taillights completely out. I just decided to do all of it. I thought it came out fantastic. Obviously, we got to redo the hatch. Then obviously the hood as well. The hood, that's probably the most rusted part of the car. So still deciding what we're going to do with that. Might end up ultimately trying to create a fiberglass mold with it and recreating the hood in fiberglass. But that's essentially it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, so that way you can see the future progress of this build, and you'll see everything else. There's a lot of stuff coming. We're getting pretty close to getting the 2J in. That's all I'm going to say, so make sure to keep watching. We're going to be doing that hopefully within the next couple of episodes or so. So thanks again, guys. We'll see you later.